flashlight in and see where the dust cap is. So the dust cap is this round thing right here. So what you do is you have the guitar amp pretty cranked. It's making a lot of hiss, right? So unplug the cord going into it so that it's impossible for anyone to play the amp. Because what you're going to do is you're going to send your signal to the console or whatever, and you're going to be wearing headphones, and the headphones are going to be turned up really loud, and they're going to be sending hiss into the phones. And so as you move, this is the dust cap here, as you move, so speakers like this. If you go up from the edge, it's like, there's this place where it's really like hissy, and if you put the mic there, you will hear a sound that's got this very fizzy set of overtones that you put it into the mix, and it cashes up your cymbals, it competes with all sorts of things, and the guitars just don't sit where you want them. Whereas if you get it in that sort of, you can kind of find a spot where you get it just you kind of have to do it a few times till you get a sense for what kind of hiss actually sounds good once you are listening to actual guitar playing. So you get one mic set. Okay, then you turn that one off, and if you use two mics, the cool thing is you can, and I learned this from this guy Jack Josie Puig.
Oh yeah,
And he called it focusing the mics, and he would say, "Joe, go focus those mics," and he would sit there and literally place the mics by listening to hiss. I mean, obviously, if the sound sounds like crap once you're in playing the guitar, you do adjust the mics, But the thing about two mics is they don't align. Like physically is not where they're aligned. So if you've focused this one and you find it needs it sounds better, the spot is there and this one's right here, then what you have to do is have your assistant turn both mics on, ideally about equal volume, and you creep one of the stands back. Try not to move the mic this back and forth, or up and down, but you creep it back a little bit and then see, and then it could be the other one, but because one of them is going to be acoustically in front of the other probably. So if you get them just right, you'll actually hear the comb filtering, that happens. You have two sound sources. So when you get it just right, the high-end component is still there if they're aligned. And usually, what I recall with a 421 is it's like this. So, it's an 8 to 3, somewhere between an 1/8 and a quarter of an inch from being flush. Well, it's kind of hard to. What do you judge this part here or whatever? But I usually found that the 57 had to be a little further back. And if you do a mic like this, look at where that capsule is. It's right in the middle there. So it's probably going to be something like that, But multiple mics can sound really cool, but I kind of concluded that unless I have time to really make sure that they're not just placed this way, but also with respect to one another, and I can fine-tune it, I'd rather just use one mic, because if you just slap them up there, you might get kind of an interesting sound, but they kind of phasey. They could phase out a little bit, and you can end up with sounds that don't really, I don't know, you know what I mean?